Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dave Nadler with the National Weather Service in Peachtree City, Atlanta, with this week's weather briefing for Thursday. Today is January 16th through next Thursday, January 23rd, 2025, for North and Central Georgia. Got a few important things to talk about. The main points are coming in late tomorrow night into early Saturday. We do have a system that will be moving through. The good news is just going to be liquid, precip rain. It's going to be a cold rain, but we're not expecting any wintry precipitation. We're not expecting temperatures anywhere across the forecast area to drop below freezing with this system, even Saturday night into Sunday, so that's good news. Also, we're not expecting any thunderstorms or lightning with this system on Saturday, and anywhere from a half to 1 inch of rain is expected, with locally higher amounts possible across parts of central Georgia, down near Columbus toward Macon. The next big thing will be the much colder air conditions and temperatures expected to move across the area late Sunday into Monday. Monday morning, we could see wind chill values down into the single digits, 0 to 10, maybe even below 0 across parts of far north Georgia with the winds and the actual air temperature. So that's going to be extremely cold. An extended period of cold below normal temperatures is also expected through the entire week, at least through Thursday. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And then with the winter weather potential, it still remains anywhere across north and central Georgia. Sometime between Tuesday and Thursday, there's the threat, but there's a tremendous amount of uncertainty as to exactly the timing, the duration, locations, the amounts, the precipitation type at this point. And hopefully we'll be able to resolve that a little bit as we go through the weekend over the next couple of days. Here's the latest conditions. Satellite's pretty quiet out there. Clear skies, sun is out. After a cold start to the day, temperatures have warmed up into the upper 40s, lower 50s across the area. You can see on the right, the red numbers are the wind gusts, so the winds are kicking up. We do expect winds to gust 20 to 30 miles per hour this afternoon into early this evening before they diminish a little bit later tonight. So let's look at the rain for Saturday, or at least Friday night into Saturday. What you're looking at on the left is a model loop of radar from about 7 p.m. Friday through 7 p.m. on Saturday. So there it is, rain coming in during the evening and overnight hours Friday night and early Saturday, where we could see anywhere from a half to 1 inch of rain. We do have some locally higher amounts possible down across west central and southwest parts of the state, where we could see anywhere from 1 to 2 inches of rain down south around Columbus and to the east toward Vidalia, Swainsboro, that area. But again, any thunderstorm activity should be confined to parts of southeast Alabama, southwest Georgia, and North Florida at this point, and we're not looking at any severe threat across the area. So really the big story looking ahead is going to be the very cold temperatures that are expected to move in Sunday night into Monday. This is a 6 to 10 day outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. You see a very high probability of below normal temperatures across the area by next week. And on top of that, they are predicting maybe a potential of slightly above, a higher probability of above normal precipitation. So when we've got the cold in place plus a system moving along the Gulf Coast, this sort of sets the stage, or does set the stage, for a potential winter storm across the southeast. So again, we are wanting to continue to talk about the threat of winter weather. We just don't know all the details at this point because the models are all over the place, and so we can't definitively tell you how much, the timing, the exact timing, what type of precipitation we're going to see at this point. But as we go through the next couple days, Saturday, Sunday, into early Monday, we should have a clearer picture of what's going to happen with potential for any winter weather in the middle to end of next week. So let's look at that real fast. The weather maps on Sunday and Monday. Dry, cold front moves through Sunday into early Monday. You can see very cold Arctic air, that 1048 high over Montana and Wyoming is going to continue to drift to the southeast and really usher in this Arctic cold air mass across the region by Monday morning. Now Tuesday and Wednesday, this is where things get a little more interesting with respect to the weather. The Weather Prediction Center, which is a national center of the Weather Service, is painting the chance of some wintry precip across at least the northern half, maybe northern 2/3 of the state, sometime Tuesday into Wednesday. And what I'm showing you on the right is a probability pulling in a bunch of different models showing the probability of seeing at least 1 inch of snow sometime during the period Tuesday through Thursday. So what you're seeing, like the 20 to 35, 40% range, is actually pretty high, being that it's 5 to 7 days out from this potentially happening. So, and I would say over the last 24 to 36 hours, these numbers have remained fairly consistent, despite what the deterministic, the single output models have been showing. So we'll continue to, look at this. We'll continue to share this information. Definitely don't want to let your guard down from the potential for snow or some sort of wintry precip across the area by the early to middle part of next week. So again, with the bitterly cold temperatures moving in, we wanted to show you our forecast for Sunday night temperatures into Monday morning. The graphic you see on the left are actual air temperatures, and then when you combine the gusty winds, the graphic on the right is wind chill values. So we are going to drop down into the teens and lower 20s on Monday morning, couple that in with the gusty winds, 10 to 20 miles per hour, and we're looking at wind chills diving down into the single digits and teens, maybe even below zero across parts of far north Georgia. So these values would support what's called a cold weather advisory. We no longer issue wind chill advisories or wind chill warnings anymore. Anytime the actual air temperature or the wind chills are at a certain threshold, that would trigger us to issue a cold weather advisory. And if they get really cold, that would be an extreme cold warning. So these numbers are looking like cold weather advisory type criteria for our area, for much of our area. We'll be looking at that as we head into the weekend and we get more confidence on this. High temperatures on Monday will struggle to get above 32 for a good portion of the area, especially along and north and west of I-85. Overnight lows Monday night back down into the teens and lower 20s, so very cold. The winds are going to calm down a little bit by Monday night, so that's good. The wind chill values shouldn't be too much lower from those actual air temperatures on Monday night into early Tuesday, but it's going to be quite cold, looking at temperatures anywhere from 10 to 20 degrees below normal for this time of year. High temperatures on Tuesday, again, struggling to get above freezing for a good portion of north and parts of central Georgia. Overnight lows Tuesday night into Wednesday, again, down into the teens and lower 20s. So very, very cold conditions will continue. Into Wednesday, temperatures warm up maybe a few degrees, but we're still looking at widespread 30s across the area, even some upper 20s in the higher elevations of North Georgia. And then Wednesday night and early Thursday, back down into the teens and 20s. So again, cold temperatures continue. And then this last graphic we wanted to show is showing you potentially the bigger story outside of the cold air is the number of hours that we could be at or below 32 degrees. And a good portion of the area, from anywhere from like 50 hours all the way to 80 plus hours, we're talking 2 to as much as 4.5 days straight of seeing below 32, like freezing conditions, sub-freezing conditions. So anywhere along and west of I-85, west central North Georgia, is including Atlanta metro area, from Sunday night through Thursday morning, we could be below freezing. That includes obviously the daytime temperatures. So it's one thing to be this cold, it's another thing to really prolong when we see an extended period of this type of cold weather that could really exacerbate the conditions with like pipes bursting and things like that. So do everything you can now to prepare for this and protect what you need to do as we go into next week with these cold temperatures. So with that, in summary, again, we've got a system moving through late Friday night into Saturday that will bring rain. We're not expecting any thunderstorm or severe weather at this point, which is good. We should generally see about a half to 1 inch of rain with locally higher amounts down across the Columbus area over towards Macon, where we could see anywhere from locally 1 to 2 inches. Then the cold air comes in late Sunday into Monday. We're looking at very cold conditions for an extended period of time through the middle to end of next week. And on top of that, the winter weather potential still exists to see some snow, maybe some freezing rain somewhere across the state, especially north and central Georgia, sometime Tuesday through Thursday, maybe even Friday, but a high uncertainty exists on the timing, the locations of who's going to get what, and the amounts at this point. And as we go through the next couple of days, we get a little bit closer to the middle of next week, we'll be able to fine tune things and kind of get some clarity as to what might happen with the snow potential. So with that, thank you for joining us this afternoon, and this is our contact information if you need to reach out to us on phone or through social media. We appreciate your time. Be safe out there and have a good rest of the day.